Another quick video about how to physically fill in the worksheet, in this case the one where we are doing decimal conversions into binary. So you should have watched the tutorial video by now, so this is not going to teach you the whole process, it's just going to show you how to fill out this particular worksheet. If you haven't already done so, again, download the worksheet from the task on Schoolbox. I'll just zoom in here to make it bigger so we can see it more clearly. And again, for those who haven't seen one of these videos before, while the worksheet is identical, of course the ones that we are doing, the numbers have been changed, so you can't just copy these onto your worksheet directly. So let's get started. We're starting with 212 as our number, and according to our process, what we're doing is looking for the biggest number that we can get from our binary positions without going over whatever value we have right now. So we can see that 128 will go into 212. So we're going to start by putting our 212 up the top here. We're also going to put our 1 in here because we know we're going to have a 1 for our binary. Now over on the right hand side we have spaces for all our working out so we can show it. And what we'll have is our 212 that we're currently working with minus the 128 for the place value that we've chosen. And if need be, we'll get our trusty calculator, as I'm doing off screen here, and do 212 minus 128, and we get 84. So this way we can see all the math to make sure we're not getting anything wrong. Now with the 84 that we've got left over, we again look and say what's the biggest value we can get, which of course will be 64. So let's put our 84 in this field to make it clear, and put our 1 in there. Over the next side we're going to do our math, so we're going to have 84 minus 64 equal to, well that's an easy one, that's 20, and we keep going. So we can't use the 32, but we can use 16. So let's write our 20 up the top here, put our 1 in for our binary, and do our next piece of math over here. So 20 minus 16 is equal to 4. So we continue on. Where can we use a 4? Well, we do have the 4 here. It's the smallest number, sorry, the biggest number that we can get without going over. Being equal, of course, is fine. So let's put the 4 up the top here and the 1 in here for the binary. And we'll do our math anyway just to be certain. So 4 minus 4 equal to 0. Once we're at 0, there's nothing left to look for. We know that we don't need to do any more of this except for filling in all the zeros that we need for our binary. So we now have the working out shown that 212 in decimal is equal to 11010100 in binary. Let's have a look at our second example here. We're starting with the decimal value 99. So we can't use 128, but we can use 64. So let's put our 99 up in the top here and our 1 in for the binary, and let's do our math on the side here. 99 minus 64 is equal to, well that is 35. So can we use the 32? Yes we can, because 32 is the biggest number without going over 35. So let's put the 35 that we've got here and our 1 for our binary, and we'll put our math over here. 35 minus 32 is equal to 3. Let's look. We can't use 16, we can't use 8, we can't use 4, we can use 2. So we'll put our 3 that we've got up the top, our 1 for our binary, and we'll do our math. So 3 minus 2 equal to 1. And with our last 1 that we have, we can obviously use the 1's column, so let's put our 1 that we have up the top there, we'll put our 1 for our binary in, and we're still going to show all of our math just to be 100% certain, and if nothing else, just to show we've really understood it. So 1 minus 1 equal to 0. And since we are in the last column, we absolutely would expect to be getting to 0 by this point. All that's left now is to fill in the zeros of the binary. So we'll put in a 0 here, here, and here. And we don't necessarily need to put a 0 in this leading position. For this particular worksheet, a leading 0 would be acceptable, or you could leave it out. Again, we may not have explained why you may need a leading zero in some cases. So again, for this worksheet, leading zeros are acceptable or they can be left out. And that is how you go about doing this particular worksheet. As always, save regularly, complete all the steps, and when you are done, submit your work to Schoolbox Tasks as appropriate.